What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another after show for Daredevil Born Again. And this week's episode was so peak, man. Oh my god. And you can see in the live in the background Frank and Matt, man. That scene was just emotional. Oh, that scene, boy. I can't wait to talk about it. Oh my god, this episode was awesome, bro. Come on, let me share this. Let me get people in here. Come on now. Bring it in. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. Yes, sir. Man, this episode. Okay, let's dissect it. All right. I love how in the show, particularly this episode, I love how what they're doing the same thing they did in the OG show, which they're paying attention to other characters besides Matt. And man, I love the arc for Kingpin. I love that we're building towards him to become unhinged and about to snap. I love the foreshadowing to my theory, to what I've been talking about on Twitter. Here's a Fry Guy.
Hey,
Dude, dude, oh my God.
that episode,
This
the
episode,
Frank. Oh my
man.
God,
Okay,
Frank.
what's your thoughts?
Okay, so let me pull up my
I
list
can't
here
hear you.
for. Hold on.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
sorry. I have my phone. It's my bad. I have my volume down.
okay, so let's see here. Okay, so I think my favorite moment in that episode is Frank talking to Matt and Matt just coping over the loss of Foggy finally. Like, I feel like that was such an amazing moment. There's no other character I think that could have helped Matt deal with the loss better than Frank.
Dude, that episode, that whole scene, what I love about that scene is that their acting was so, like, you could feel the emotions within their face and their voice, and seeing Matt tear up. Oh my God. Like, I felt so emotional. Like, even when Matt basically backhanded Frank, bro, like, I knew Frank wasn't going to respond because he wanted him to break. That's the point of Frank and Matt's relationship, that he sees through Matt's BS when he's bullshitting. And I love that it wasn't just an emotional because he brought up like Foggy and seeing Matt's tears come out of his eyes from through his glasses, but just the acting alone, the emotion through that whole scene. I love when a scene can do for movies and TV shows. I love when they can do that. And
Same.
oh my God, I can't stop thinking about it. Like, I have to rewatch it again. Like, and
It's gonna live rent free in my head for a while.
and John
Um,
Bernthal was able to slip right back into Punisher. Like,
oh yeah,
it's like right back where he started.
they
It
better. Well, I gotta rewatch the episode again myself, but they better play the Punisher theme music in the near future because one of the my favorite things about the Punisher show was that theme music. It always kind of gave me a Last of Us vibe.
Man, I and I love the, because I was wondering like how where Punisher is now right now in the MCU, and I love that he hasn't stopped punishing. Like, he's still at it. He looks like he's very aged in battle with this whole mission as being the Punisher, because where we left him off on season two, it perfectly lines up for the timeline. And I think it's funny how Matt, the second he knew that Frank was, there's a connection with Frank Punisher, he immediately knew where he was. That's
Yeah,
the funny part. It's like
he
he
just
literally,
can hear him.
he was like, he felt the bullet, and he was like, oh, that's the symbol of Punisher. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna check in. I'm gonna see what's going on with that. And like, he knew exactly like where to go to, like it's kind of surprising to
Yeah,
see
this
where he's
episode
at.
was surprisingly pretty funny.
Yeah, and
Like that
yeah,
that scene where Fisk was learning more about politics and the regulations it goes in order to get something built. That was pretty funny to watch.
And
Uh,
that's another thing. That's another. This is what I love about this episode. The acting is so on point. Kingpin, oh my god! Like there was moments in this episode where I thought he was going to snap. Like even I
Same.
thought a worry for the kids. The way he's just sitting there feeling so uncomfortable, like he's ready to jump out of his skin, and it's like he's itching to go off. It's I love the junction position. I can't remember the name, how you pronounce it, but I love how we see both sides of Matt and Kingpin, and how they're so close of just coming alive into their own. They're so itching to finally let loose, and like Kingpin, we've been wondering why his knuckles have been messed up. And can I be honest with you? When
Yes,
we see Kingpin, he gets that full pasta meatball plate, right?
which
And
looked delicious.
yeah, and when we saw the prisoner, I thought for a second that even I forgot about how he could have just had Vanessa's fling. I thought for a second that was Foggy. I'm like, no shit. But now I'm like, nah. My theory,
Honestly, it'd be pretty messed up if Vanessa has her own secret dungeon that Fist doesn't know about, and Foggy's in there. That would be both dark and funny at the same time because Fist would be like, "Honey, you had a secret dungeon too? Oh
see,
my
here's the
gosh, we can
thing.
bond over that."
And I've been theorizing this a lot on my platforms. I think Vanessa is in deep into this whole like running a criminal empire, but I've been theorizing that Kingpin might unalive Vanessa. Like he's
With
to that
today's
point.
episode, yeah, I feel like they're building up towards that.
And when they kind of foreshadowed that, I was like, yep, I called it. I knew they're heading towards that route. Because
Mm.
like if you look at some of the set leaks from season 2 and you start paying attention to some of the stuff, it's like I originally thought Vanessa was behind a lot of it, and I still kind of have that in the back of my mind. But I was telling Comic Nerd earlier today, I changed my theory a bit. I think Elektra is alive. I think Elektra
I've been
actually
saying for
was,
years that she's alive. If
but she
Matt
was
survived
behind.
that, then she should be alive too.
But I'm saying because there was someone I know somebody that has told me that episode 9 we find out who was behind or why Foggy was unalived. And I have a theory that Elektra is behind that. But that's just a theory. I think that maybe possibly she's alive, and knowing Elektra and how she has her own way of thinking is that she probably looks at Matt when before Foggy was unalive and sees him. She'll be like, we were supposed to be together forever, but here you are with your friends living a happy life with your lawyer, but also being Daredevil. I'm gonna screw that up. What does she do? See, she hires Bullseye. Bang. That's just a theory. But also it could be Vanessa. But then again, at the end of the episode, it's clear that Kingpin is it all this is an act. That he's still the old Kingpin that we know and love.
Yeah.
So it could end up being just him all
But
along.
anyway, back to what you were saying though about Fisk and those kids and how you felt like that he was gonna snap at any moment. I felt the same. Like that scene from Step Brothers where they go back to the school and they just fight all those kids.
Yeah.
That's basically why I thought that was gonna lead to, like, Fisk going ballistic. Like, I swear, I felt like he was gonna use one of the kids as nunchucks or something.
Hey, before I go, letting y'all know, y'all can join the live. You have to be 18 plus or older, and yeah, it's that's the floor is open. You can join if you want to talk about it, but you have to be
Let's
18 plus.
oh, that one scene about the guy who is like going to jail for stealing cornflakes. I honestly felt really bad for the guy.
Okay, so okay, so with him, I love how in the beginning it makes it look like he's kind of being hard headed because Matt's trying his best to work with him and get him such a great deal. But then when he actually sits down, like he actually explains how corrupt and messed up the system is, that oh, he's going to do some serious hard time for because he stole a caramel popcorn, whatever it's called, cornflakes, whatever it was.
Hmm.
And it's like I can feel it because I kind of had a similar situation like that personally in my life, and I can truly relate to that. How the justice system will punish such small crimes like that, but then you'll have crimes that are so worse and they get away with it or they get off easy. But then there's
Yeah.
people like, I can identify with that. And it's kind of cool. I love how they're using BB Yerk, the niece, to really let New York City be a character because I love how like they were explaining like when the whole scandal with the trash thing was leaked through BB Yerk. I love how they showed New York City and interviewing people, and there's trash bags all over the streets and everything, and it's like, oh my god, like there's like repercussions to Kingpin being mayor or Wilson Fisk being mayor
Yeah,
of New York
that's
City.
something I've written down in my review for episode 3, which is still on the way, but I like those little segments. It lets you to get to know the citizens of New York a little bit more and feel more immersed in the world. Oh, that reminds me, the mention of scrolls. Oh my gosh. I know you're not the biggest fan of Secret Invasion, but I love that the world are acknowledging scrolls because it's showing us just how dangerous and how many consequences there were at the end of that show. People know about scrolls, and now it just leads to a bunch of panic and trust issues between people. You have this guy,
Not
like,
Matt. Matt.
imagine court cases in the MCU where it's like, yeah, that wasn't me. That was a scroll. I was at a gym. Yeah, my friend named Jim, ironically, it can vouch for me.
Yeah, I mean, I love how Matt was kind of like, yeah, yeah, right, buddy, you're not Skrull. Like, I love how like he just brushed that off because yeah, that's kind of pretty much how I feel about Secret Invasion or the MCU's Secret Invasion, and how it was done. But anyway, besides that, like, I mean, this episode, the music, I mean, the camera work, I love they do it again with his senses, how they kind of pan the background back and close into his face as he's trying to investigate the scene, the crime scene, what happened to you know, uh, Enlightened One. Enlightened One, how old are you? Before I let you join. But I
If
love how
Matt
they.
wasn't a lawyer, he'd be a great detective.
Oh,
Granted, he
did you
probably
love the
have
mask?
to.
The mask that when he opened the closet.
Yes.
All right, I'll let you in.
Hello there, Enlightened One.
The Enlightened One out. It's
Yep.
still loading. Hello.
Hello.
It's taking forever to load. Well, I mean, I that scene where it kind of gave me a little bit on when he was on the rooftop, messing with his clubs, or I guess his offline, uh, his billy clubs, and messing around with that. It kind of gave me kind of reminiscing vibes of remember you've watched Ben Affleck's Daredevil, right?
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of that a little bit. I mean, obviously better, but like I just man, this episode, man.
Yeah, definitely one of the best ones. Okay, so I guess now we should talk about Muse. That guy. I do not know much about his character besides what he does for a living. Like, basically, he kidnaps people and uses their blood as his art. And yeah, he may be one of the most terrifying characters in the whole MCU in general.
I for a second when Kingpin and Vanessa were having group therapy, when she mentioned her, it's not working on my, yeah, I'm sorry. Just you can try again, but when they were in therapy, she mentioned the guy that she was like having an affair with. For a second, I thought she was alluding to Muse because when she was like describing how he has like a art style, his he has a way of doing art and like clay and all that. I'm like, is she talking about Muse? But then obviously it's not Muse because we see the actual guy at the end with him in a cage and all that. But
Yeah.
I love that's what I love about also the show. It knows the audience is speculating and theorizing what could happen and what's going to happen, and they're playing with the audience as well, which I love
When
that.
I had written, when that was revealed, I had immediately written down, oh yeah, Fisk had totally unalived this guy the moment he found out. There is no traces of this guy's existence anywhere. But when it's revealed that he's actually keeping him alive, oh my gosh, that was a good reveal.
But what's interesting about that though, because we see this dungeon, if you will, and we see the old painting, the rabbit in the snowstorm and all that. It's interesting because in the trailer, it looks like him and Vanessa are having a date dinner in that dungeon, and then they're fighting people in that dungeon, and he like Kingpin's going off. So I'm wondering I'm wondering where that's coming from. You know, uh, who there has to be a third part because there was a tweet put out there by individuals that are kind of like insiders, and they kind of showed a picture of a boat in the ocean and all that. And that's a callback to Devil's Reign because at the first two panel, or the second page of the first issue of Devil's Reign, we see this family. I'm not trying to give any spoilers, but there's a family that's kind of behind the whole, Kingpin being mayor and, everything that plays out in Devil's Reign. And at the end of Devil's Reign, we see Kingpin and I'm not trying to spoil, basically ride off into the sunset on the boat in the ocean. So I'm wondering if this is season one's more of a catalyst for season two being the play out for Devil's Reign.
Hey, we just got some new informations about the John Bernthal's Punisher thing.
What's that?
It says here John Bernthal reveals that he walked away from starring in the OG version of Daredevil Born Again after not liking the character's direction. I didn't see the version of Frank. What they wanted from Frank didn't really make sense to me, and I thought it would not appeal to the fans. And we got this other information here stating that John Bernthal reveals he pitched the Punisher special to Marvel, which will show the versus damn dyslexia, the psychological complex, unforgiving, no holds bar version of Frank. Nothing is
So,
easy and all violence it has a cost. We're going to see that cost. Oh, that sounds good.
but here's my thing: is he talking about the original show, as in like the original version of Born Again before they renewed it, like changed it?
Yeah, it sounds like he's talking about the original version of Born Again.
Okay, because I was like, the original. I'm like, what do you mean the original? Well, then I get it now. It's the Born Again. Um,
Yeah. And honestly, after his amazing performance tonight, I gotta wonder what his original role was gonna be. Was he gonna get the Foggy treatment?
nah, because I remember I was reading somewhere. Like, I don't think the whole like the dirty cops using the symbol thing was a part of the show originally. Because in the original version of the Born Again, like the original version, it wasn't supposed to be a dirty. I mean, it was supposed to be a dirty cop, but he was going to wear the symbol. Like they weren't going to show it of them executing White Tiger. So obviously they made some changes there, and
I, w- I'm also curious if this show is going to lead right into the Punisher's presentation.
Probably because I think they start filming that after Born Again season 2 is being filmed. I know they're going to go into production there soon for that, so probably right after season 2, if not
And
before season 2.
that's just going to be like a 30 to 40-minute special, right?
It could be an hour because I think wasn't Werewolf by Night about 50 minutes.
Let me look that up here. Werewolf by Night. Uh, I just get a bunch of results about his interactions with Moon Knight. Oh, here we go. Um, let's see here. Nope. Run time. Not run time. Okay. 54 minutes. Yeah, you're right. I thought that was. Could have sworn it was 34.
Well, you
We'll have
also
to.
got to take into account to like the intro and then the end credits and all that. So
Guardians of
probably
the
like 48.
Galaxy Holiday Special Runtime. 42. That's the one I was thinking of. Um,
Oh
but
yeah,
yeah,
they did a holiday special. That's right.
very underrated. But
Yeah.
yeah, I really hope they can maybe change the presentation into maybe like a special movie instead.
Uh, nah. Because if you're gonna do a special movie, you might as well just do an actual theatrical film for Punisher.
I am wondering if Marvel is going to consider doing like original MCU Disney Plus movies.
Nah. Because if you're gonna spend a big budget on a Disney Plus film, that's not gonna work. Because they're not gonna make their money back. I mean, look what happened to Black Widow. Like they released that on Disney Plus and then the theaters, and they didn't make their money back. I mean, granted, it was during the pandemic, but like
Yeah,
it wouldn't make any sense. I would prefer a TV show. I would too. I'm kind of interested in seeing if they're going to bring like Agent Madami, but what's her how you pronounce it? Madami, but the you know what I'm talking about, the detective from the show.
The Punisher Revenge. That's why I would call a Punisher sequel series.
What's her name? But Manami, Agent.
Agent
Nan,
Namam. Hold on, the Punisher
I can't remember.
television series. Uh,
Hey,
Madon
Daniel, what's your
Madani
age before I put you up here? Badami. I can't remember her name. But y'all know what I'm talking about.
Madani.
Okay, yeah. I'm wondering if they'll have her come back for the special, possibly, or we'll see her again. Maybe even in Daredevil Born Again season 2.
You
Um,
definitely got to see Curtis too.
yeah,
I'm
but
also
I
hoping
but
something else that would be cool to see. Maybe have visions of Jigsaw. Have
nah.
some.
I mean, he kind of yeah. I think that cow has been milked pretty much for after season 2 of what happened in Punisher. But I mean, it's been years. Like it's been the timeline's so funky though because like it's like they need to make it very clear because like even in the show like it just it's been about what 7 years 8 years because technically in the timeline Punisher season 2 ends before the events of Infinity War, but the all the way in the epilogue where he goes into that building and unlives a bunch of those criminals, that takes place after the snap. So I mean, it's been years. Like bro has been at it. he he hasn't stopped, and I'm kind of really interested in seeing how he's going to do action wise, fighting a bunch of a bunch of the anti-vigilante people.
Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting to see. Are we going to see Bullseye again, though? I would
Oh
definitely
yeah,
find it really cool to see Frank going up against Bullseye.
Bullseye's coming back. There's scenes out there that so is Karen. She's also coming back
Well,
because
here's hoping he gets a better suit, though.
because technically next week's going to be 2 episodes instead of one. It's going to be
Oh, it
five and
is?
six. Yeah, so episode 5 and 6 are dropping next week, and then I think episode 9 would be the last episode that was using a mixture of the new shots, but also the original version shots. And episode 8 and 9 are completely new episodes, like the first one.
Do you know why we're getting 2 episodes next week?
Due to because the episode 5 is pretty short, and also I don't want to spoil it, but I've been told that the people have seen the first 6 episodes that those 2 episodes are going to be very significantly like it's going to be a page turner, if you will. Like the bank thing we seen in the trailer, that's going to be in episode 5 and 6. We'll start
Okay,
to see Matt starting to really come back as Daredevil.
well, let's then hopefully not do a live stream right after those episodes because I'll have to put my dad to bed around that time. Which reminds me, I'll have to end the live stream around 15 minutes because I gotta get him into bed.
That's fine.
Yeah, so let's see here. What else is
All right, I'm gonna try
here?
this one more time. Accept, and Daniel, I'll accept you too. But if yeah, I don't know why it's not accept you, Fry Guy. I don't know why it's not accepting them.
Are their microphones on? Uh, hey, you
They'll
guys
see.
go into the comments and write something to let us know if your audios are working or not.
Well, it's not loading them in. That's the problem. It's not the
Oh,
mic.
well, I see them in the request thing.
I know. I tried letting them in, but they're not loading through, which I don't know why.
They're
I don't know
too-
why.
yeah.
I'm gonna try sharing this one more time. Let's see. Uh, Usually I do these on Wednesdays, but Wednesday is going to be pretty busy for me tomorrow, so that's why I'm doing a live
Same.
stream tonight.
I have a lot of things to discuss. Oh, here's a unique question.
Hmm.
If Daredevil were to get a theatrical film, what kind of popcorn bucket would you like to see?
Oh, the definitely the mask, the helmet. I would definitely love that. Uh,
The mask would
uh,
be cool, but something else I think that would be very unique to see, have his cane.
well, but that's a small cane though, and we're talking about a popcorn bucket.
I don't know, like, you'd be surprised about how creative they've been getting with popcorn buckets. Like, they turned that Warhammer from the Lord of the Rings movie into a popcorn bucket.
What they need to do is have like you know how like in Deadpool and Wolverine they had the bucket where Deadpool wasn't behind the red bucket and Wolverine was in the front of it and like they were playing hide and seek or something like that. What they
Yeah,
could do is take a figure like that for Daredevil, but have him like jumping off a building, like and the building is like where the popcorn is or something like that, or jumping off a wall or something like to that effect. Or what they could do if to really play into the OG Daredevil fans is you remember in season 2 where he was chained to that chimney? They should
yeah.
make that a popcorn bucket. They
Oh,
should
that'd be awesome. That would be so awesome. Also, with Fantastic Four coming out, I recently saw a skit today where this guy was just spouting a bunch of random random ideas for popcorn buckets. And while this is a joke, a different popcorn bucket representing each of the Fantastic Four sounds really awesome, and I would love to see that for the movie's release.
The popcorn buckets and stuff.
Like a clear popcorn bucket for Invisible Woman, popcorn buckets that's like on fire for Johnny, one that's made out of the rocks that thing is made out of, and something similar to the snake popcorn bucket for Beetlejuice for Fan.
Nah, nah.
Hmm?
We need a Galactus popcorn bucket. Just give us the
That's
head. Just give us the
that's
head. Or if, which I don't know if they would do it because it would kind of be a spoiler, but like have like Doctor Doom's helmet as a popcorn bucket. But I think,
that's definitely going to be Doomsday. I can
yeah.
guarantee that to you, man.
Hmm.
Like, yeah. Um, but there's also the chance of Silver Surfer Surf. Um, there's the chance of Silver Surfer's board being the popcorn bucket too.
I just see them probably just having a bucket where it's like Mr. Fantastic stretching his arms, making a bucket. Or
Yeah,
have,
that's gonna be awesome.
I had an idea. You know, remember the Sonic cups?
Yeah,
The ones that light up? I was thinking
yeah.
maybe have like uh Human Torch do the same thing where it's a fiery cup and like
Oh,
I thought that
that'd
would
be
be pretty cool.
awesome. That would be so awesome. Oh, the Fantastic Car.
Dude,
Like that's gonna make a debut. That he could definitely do that. Herbie, Herbie has so much money making potential for Disney. You gotta make a popcorn bucket out of Herbie.
yeah. Enlightened one, yeah, I would be financially irresponsible for sure. Like,
Oh
mhm.
yeah, I already am.
And I mean, you have Superman dropping, you have Jurassic World and Rebirth dropping, you have Fantastic Four dropping. Which, by the way, I noticed on YouTube that, and I didn't even catch it today, but apparently Happy Gilmore 2 dropped, the trailer
Yep,
dropped
I did my
today.
trailer analysis to that. Go check that out, guys.
And I was like, I noticed the date release. I'm like, oh, that's going to drop the same week that Fantastic Four drops, which I
Yeah.
don't think that's a good idea. But then again, it's a nostalgic film for sure.
Plus, we see pre-day showings, so we'll be fine.
Well, it's going to be on Netflix, so it's not going to even
Yeah.
be a theater release. So I was thinking maybe doing like a movie night because by then I'll have my apartment thing. So like I'm going to have like a maybe a movie night.
I'm
Have
definitely gonna watch that with my dad because he loves golf. He loves Adam Sandler. It was one of my first Adam Sandler movies, so I'm gonna
yeah.
watch that with him.
Hey Swag, you seen the episode yet? I want to hear your thoughts if you've seen it.
Hey,
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 hey.
hey.
Daredevil Born Again. Before Fraga, you go, do you mind just sharing this live stream to everything like Twitter, uh, where else
Hold
the
on.
group
Let me
chats?
just. I can send it to my friend here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, A-Swag. A-Swag, if you can do the same thing, that would be helpful. I at least
That's
want to
how
try
you
to get.
pronounce your account name, A-Swag. Okay.
That's how I pronounce it.
Uh,
A-Swag.
um.
I mean, I know it wasn't a smart idea to do a live stream like right after the episode dropped, but
Oh wow, you work late.
yeah. Hey Swag, where is he? He lives on our time zone, right? Hey Swag, you live in our time zone, or do you live in what time zone do you live in? Live in what time zone do you live in? I don't want to give away where you actually live. I just want to know the time zone. Because I was wondering if you're like an overnight shift kind of worker.
Well, yeah, I pronounced it correctly. That's a first.
What, A Swag?
Yeah.
Hey, Swag, you son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you.
And see.
Damn. You are overnight, aren't you? 'Cause that's our time zone.
Oh,
So, well, you're not far from us, actually. Hmm.
hmm,
I ain't hiding where I'm at.
yeah, same. We need more love in Virginia.
Man, you been hearing about that whole Coliseum thing? Like, it's crazy. The whole Richmond
It's-
Coliseum.
Oh, they're tearing it down, right? Oh,
They're tearing it down, but everyone's trying to get it to because they want to build more apartment plex, and everyone's like, "Why do we need all these apartment plexes when we can just build a new Coliseum and start having tour like actual concerts and live shows like we used to?" But you know, Richmond don't want to be all bad and bougie like that. They just want to be boring.
yeah. Where's the new baseball stadium gonna be?
Man, the flying squirrels. Are they
I
still doing
want
the
to take
flying
my
squirrels?
I want to take my dad back.
Are they still doing the flying squirrels, or did they stop that?
I think they're still doing that.
Okay,
I think.
I haven't been to that bow tie cinema in a long time. Last time I went there was No Way Home.
Yeah, it looks like there's gonna be more games for them, like starting April 4th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So before you, I know you got to go here soon, but just give me your
Yeah.
final thoughts on this episode and your rating.
Oh, me? Yeah. So I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Great performances. A nice blend of comedy in there. Good driving focus for Matt to become Daredevil again, finally. Um, I hope we do continue the story for White Tiger and his emblem. Like, that needs to be addressed more in the future. Like, maybe there'll be a moment where Fisk is trying to get it and Matt steals it and uses its power for his own gain. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Um, yeah, definitely a lot of potential in this episode. And I definitely feel like something is going to happen to Fisk's new advisor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, that guy is a blab, blab. Why can't I talk right now?
You mean Blabbermouth?
That. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get to bed, guys. Sorry, it's really late. Night.
Well, I appreciate you joining.
Hey, what's up there, brother?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Doing good.
Well,
Um,
here's my problem with the show. How previously we went from happy rainbows and sunshine with She-Hulk, now it's back to dark and grim. Like, like, am I nitpicking? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I get it, and I love how the show kind of like they kind of briefly mentioned that, but then they just brush it off. I mean, if you look at the comics, that's how I do it. I look at the comics. I'm like, there's been moments where Matt has had the lighthearted, funny, joking around BS, but then there's like runs where it's dark and gritty, like the show, Frank Miller and all that. So I mean, I guess it's just part of the character. We just haven't seen it on screen besides She Hulk, so it's just new to some people like that. But I don't think they're gonna. I mean, it's obvious She Hulk wasn't well received, so they're not going to go back to that. For at least for Matt.
You think they'll just pretend it didn't exist, like it's like retcon?
I mean, even in some of the episodes, they have moments where he's kind of lighthearted. Like that moment in this episode where he's talking to that new chick. I can't remember her name right now, but they were having a playful banter about trying to get a lesser sentence for that guy that is on parole and all that. So I mean, there's moments, but it's just not as the whole time, I guess. Because even in the OG show, there was moments like that, like when Foggy and Matt and Karen are having a playful banter between each other. So I guess it could be like that. But I see what you're saying, though.
Yeah, but here's another thing. Like this show really kicked off with a banger. Off the bat, it killed Foggy. No
Mhm.
hesitation. Like, damn, bruh. Like, I feel in my heart they're gonna find some magical way to bring him back. But this is dark Marvel. That ain't happening. Like, you thought it was just too quick, like sudden. What's your thoughts?
What the Foggy Death thing?
Think it was too sudden, or you think it was like done right?
Okay, so here's my thing. I love that. I've loved those. I've seen all the Netflix shows and everything. And beforehand, I've rewatched all the shows in the Marvel Netflix world and all that. Well, it's all been one universe now, but rewatching all that stuff going into this first episode, I was like, because I was so used to how those episodes, everything was kind of slower pace with everything and how it was all building up. But going into this episode, or the first episode, I was so taken off guard because it was like it was happening so quick. Everything was just happening,
Oh my god.
So I'm like, so I had to actually rewatch the episode again to finally like pay attention. Like it took me out a bit because I was like, damn, we just met. Like I was getting so used to like I was loving the whole bar thing. Like like the old show, like Karen and Matt playing around and all that, and Foggy, letting it loose and everything. But then bam, shot. It's like, oh, whoa,
Yes.
whoa, hold up. So, but I mean, it took me off guard. But like again, I look back at the comics. I'm like, okay, this is another scenario. They're doing the thing where Foggy loves to, quote unquote, die, and then somehow, some way, he comes back. Either it be witness protection or literally Matt going into hell and bringing his soul back. So there's it's a precedent in the comics that he has done this before. And
Wait, so hold on. So you think it's possible he'll come back some magical way? Like I said,
oh yeah, I mean there was this one panel where Matt literally was hearing his heartbeat as he was getting unalived, and then his heartbeat stopped, and he thought for sure he was dead. But then we get an issue of Secret Life of Foggy, and he was often very he was basically in witness protection, living a whole nother life until Matt figured it out and everything.
fake this death.
Yep. I mean, it's been I mean, we've seen it before where I mean, Nick Fury and Winter Soldier, like his heartbeat stopped. He was pronounced dead, but then later in that movie, he's just chilling in the sewers. So it's Marvel. So
I think also with the show, I know people talk about is the bullseye outfit. Like
yeah,
that's the best they can come up with.
yeah. I have been rocking with Daredevil. I love what they're doing with their suit. The bullseye thing, I was kind of, even though I know they're harking into that agent look he does in the comics, but I'm like, man, can we just get the actual suit this time? Like,
You know, let's just be honest though. The bullseye actual suit is just silly. I mean, you're an
yeah,
assassin. You got a literal target on your head. Doesn't make much sense.
true. But then again, that's the point of Bullseye is that he has a target on his head and he dares people to try to take him out, but he'll take you out with just a paper clip. I mean,
The
that's
ultimate
the
taunt.
guy. Let me try this. Oh, what's up, A Swag? Try sending it again, A Swag. I didn't see it. Where did you go? Where did everyone go? What? Oh, come on now. A Swag, send that again. Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's going on?
Nothing much. Just talking about a blind man in a devil suit.
Oh, how was the episode? I didn't see it yet.
It was pretty fire. Pretty fire. In my opinion.
So was it Punisher or was it the cup again?
I mean, what happened in an episode?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean like who unalived White Tiger?
Yeah, Captain.
Well, they rule out that it wasn't the dirty cop that we saw in the third episode, which I figured it's going to be Cole North. I think that's how you pronounce his name, the detective from the comics. But no, it wasn't Punisher. I mean, we see Punisher in this episode, but it wasn't. Punisher.
Who's
Which
the enlightened one?
I don't know, but I keep trying to bring him in. He can't for some reason to get into the live stream. So I'm sorry, man.
That's like a really cool name, though. The enlightened one.
Dude, he's the one. He's the chosen one, bro. I'm telling you.
I wish my name was that cool.
Me too. My name's Cinema Fans. What a jackass.
My name's A Swag. No one says swag anymore.
I mean, you're the one and only.
Mm.
Shit. Hey, would you rather be called a fry guy?
No. Yeah, I like my name.
No, there you go. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Yeah, I think you'll love the episode. It's definitely really good, especially the whole Frank and Matt thing. Really dope. Since I have you here, we gotta talk about this OG thing.
Yeah.
Are you dead ass?
Yeah, Mattis is a piece of shit.
I knew Comic Nerd would get so mad.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, even if you were serious, I'm like, bro, I can't with you, bro.
I was serious for the most part.
You know, I mean, we all are to a certain point, but I mean, I kind of see what you're talking about. Like, there's moments where I get even mad, like especially for season 2. It's really bad in season 2. Season 3, I can understand because the bro literally had a whole building fall on him, and somehow he's still alive and all that. I get that. Season 2, I'm like, bro, come on, come on. I mean, I've been there. We all have dated somebody that was bad for, or at least most of us have dated someone that's bad for us. But you know, they good in bed though. So you know, it's making bad decisions. So, but I mean, the whole season 2 of Daredevil, I overall love. I've learned to really appreciate it. I think it's still a great season. It's way better than anything that Marvel Disney Plus has put out before. You know, Daredevil Born Again for sure. But you know, I love the whole Karen and Frank Castle thing. I love how Foggy really got to step up as a lawyer in that season. Really got to shine and come into his own. But yeah, Matt kind of really made some uncharacteristic decisions in that season, for sure.
Yeah, you're so mean to Foggy. Foggy
Yeah.
was trying to be a lawyer, get his name out there, make some money.
Which I mean, I like when a show kind of challenges that, but then it gets to a certain point, there has to be a resolution to it, I guess. But
I honestly think season 2, this might be a hot take, season 2 is the best season out of the 3 seasons. That's
really?
just my personal opinion.
oh,
If I had to rank them, I'd go 2, 1, 3. But yeah.
well, that's new to me because I'm not. Usually it's 3, 1, 2, but I mean they're all great. See, I look at Daredevil, like the Daredevil show, the OG, as like the Dark Knight trilogy for Marvel in a way. That's the way I look at it. But
I may have liked season 3 better if I actually watched Defenders, which I didn't watch.
what?
No, I literally watched Daredevil Born Again season episodes 1 and 2, then immediately started watching the original Daredevil show.
Bro.
That's the only Netflix show I watched so far. I'm gonna watch The Punisher tonight after the Born
Yeah,
Again.
I want to hear your thoughts on that.
On Punisher?
Yeah, because season 1 I really love. Season 2, they kind of don't know what they want to do with that season. So, for the most part,
See, season 3 got good at like halfway through. The beginning I didn't really like, probably because it was heavily influenced by the Defenders and I didn't watch it. But like once Bullseye started actually doing stuff, that's when I was like, this is a great season.
yeah. Well, I mean that season. What I love about that season is like truly adapting Born Again. Like that's the actual Born Again comic run. But I mean, I love it. I mean, I remember the hype for that season. Like, but yeah, the only episode I didn't care for was episode 10, or at least the part where we had like a backstory to Karen, which I understand they had to do that to have understanding of Karen's character for that season. But it's like it kind of took us away from what was happening in the actual season itself. Like it kind of put a pause into the story that we were watching. So, but man, I mean, I love all. I can't really like. For me personally, I have season 3 at my top, but I'll say I've rewatched season 1 the most. Though I love season 1. Season 1 is perfect, in my opinion.
I still think Fisk could have like killed Daredevil way sooner in the series. Like season 1, very early on, he could have killed.
He almost did a couple times.
He should have just ended him in the warehouse when he set what was his name, Noble, on fire.
Yes, true.
Just beat him to death, but he's like, nah, you shoot him, but then he escaped.
Yeah, well, if he mentioned Vanessa, he would have. You touched Vanessa. You embarrassed me in front of Vanessa.
Yeah, he smashed the dude's head in with a car door.
Dude, okay, you're gonna love this new episode of Daredevil Born Again because we're starting to see the cracks for Kingpin and a little bit more than that. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, everyone thought that Kingpin was a cuck from episode 1 and 2, but we're about to find out that he ain't no cuck.
He's been a cuck since day 1.
Trust me, at the end of this new episode, you're gonna find out that's not the case. I'm like, yep, that's the Kingpin that I know. That's the Kingpin I know.
Yeah, see, he's just bros whipped on a different level.
Man, let me tell you something. I have a theory about the whole Vanessa thing, and they foreshadowed it in this episode. So, yeah, Kingpin's about to become a real unhinged menace to New York City and the vigilantes and all that.
I think Muse is going to kill Vanessa, and or someone else will.
Oh, no, I think Kingpin's going to do it.
Kill Vanessa? I haven't seen the episode.
Oh, he's going to do it. Everyone's like, he wouldn't do that. Bro, he would kill Wesley if he had the chance. If you pissed him off that much. Bro's unhinged. He max on emotion. I mean, bro, he literally chopped a dude's head off not knowing that he would start a war with the Russians because he's just embarrassed him in front of Vanessa.
He also didn't respect the Russians either.
Yeah, that's true, but
he only respected the Asian heroin lady.
Yeah, because they were more dangerous than him.
Yeah, she's got the hand at her side.
Yeah, she got the hand all right. Yeah, there's. I'm not going to say that. I'm not.
They control their breathing. They control their heartbeat. If they control their breathing, they'd be unstoppable.
See, I think that you didn't watch Defenders, so you're not going to know what I'm talking about. But the bones that they were going to use to keep themselves alive forever, I think they were kind of, because the building collapsed on it, so it was perceived that they're no longer around. But I mean, those could have been recovered. I think Elektra's alive too. I think she was behind Bullseye on Alive Foggy. But we'll see. We'll all see.
I hope Bullseye breaks out of prison.
For sure.
Bullseye's awesome.
You love Bullseye?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think Bullseye could take Punisher though. In a fight. Yeah, like if you gave each of them, no one else around, you give each of them a gun, I bet Bullseye take Punisher. You get one clip.
I don't know, man. Punisher ain't no joke, man.
Yeah, but Bullseye could like shoot around corners, like he could hit you with like a thumbtack from across the room.
But this is the same guy that took on a whole army of terrorists single-handedly.
Bullseye could take everybody on with a paperclip. I don't know what.
Man, that Bullseye's a bitch. He come on. The only reason why he's even alive is because of that spine thing. Bro should be dead by now, but
He face planted off of a building.
and still is alive, which don't make no sense. The only reason why is because of that metal thing, which I think they might reveal that's vibranium. But
Vibranium.
vibranium, because by then, because season 3 Daredevil takes place at the end of 2017, so which I don't know, because Black Panther takes place in 2018. So I don't know. Whatever it is. Frank more of a crash out than him. Man, Frank no joke, man. I'm telling you, everyone downplays Frank, man. Frank ain't no joke, man. Give him
Yeah,
you can give him
I'm not saying he's bad at fighting. I'm saying like Bullseye's that dude, though.
bro will fight you to the bitter end. He'll fight you with 2 bullets in his head, knives in his heart. The bro will not stop. His adrenaline will, like, dude, literally, dude got popped in the head, woke back up, and says, "Nah, I'm not done." Punisher ain't no joke, man. He's just like he's like Bullseye. You can't kill Frank. Like,
Give Bullseye a box of paper clips and see what happens.
motherfucker, if I see him with a box of paper clips, I'm running like a motherfucker. I'm out. Nope. Shit. You give him a piece of lint. I ain't trusting him.
Frank's got to go to the gun store. Bullseye's got to go to a Staples or Walmart.
Nah. It's dangerous if Frank gets a hold of the Iron Man suit or the War Machine suit like he did in the comics. Bro will go unhinged as fuck.
Wasn't he supposed to be in Armor Wars? Isn't it like one of the plots to Armor Wars?
Yeah, and I've heard so many things about that. That show is going to be so good, but sadly, that's been pushed back with the whole Blade movie and all that. So
I have a Iron Punisher helmet.
a Punisher helmet.
An Iron Punisher helmet.
Oh, you mean the War Machine thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Well, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, Blade's not happening either.
Say what?
I said Blade's not happening either. They canceled that, didn't they?
It's been pushed back. We're gonna get that after the reboot and all that. The reboot, the all new, all different Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. After Secret Wars, I think I might tune out a bit with Marvel, a bit, because I might keep up with like Spider-Man and Daredevil and all that, but like I'm kind of be tuned out a bit.
I haven't watched any of the Disney Plus shows. I just watched the movies.
Yeah, I'm kind of burnt out with Marvel at this point. Like, I'm more excited for DC than Marvel, which doesn't mean I love DC more. I love them both equally, but like I feel more excited to have some of the DC stuff than Marvel. 'Cause I'm just kind of so burnt out with Marvel and the fans.
Yeah. When does the Marvel Suicide Squad come out?
Thunderbolts, you mean?
Yeah.
The first, I think May 2nd, like the first week in May, I think.
Okay, that one looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing after shows for that too, or after show. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think that's gonna make some money, for sure.
Yeah. Especially since Brave New World was pretty decent. I like it.
Yeah, that movie barely made by, which sucks because I really liked that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it just needs to cross 400 million. It's so close, so close. But then the Marvels didn't do any great either.
The Marvels?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that one. This Marvel is really just hasn't caught my interest.
Yeah, I think she does better with a team, which I'm excited to see her in a team. Like I love her. She's part of the champions in the comics, and with Miles and all that. So and she shines in that. Even though I'm not a fan of like, I'm not excited what they're doing with the X Men stuff right now. I don't like where they're going with it, but because of due to Miss Marvel and all that. But I'm open minded. I'm open minded. I'm open minded.
Are they going to use the multiverse as an excuse to bring the X-Men in, or no?
I don't know because like
They've been overplaying that multiverse stuff.
I mean they're obviously going to do what they did with Miles and what's his name the Reed Richards the bad one I can't remember his name right now shit but basically because Miles was from the Ultimate Universe so they'll probably just wherever the X-Men are coming from they'll probably just bring them into the MCU after Secret Wars and the reboot and all that so I think that's might where they're going with that and Fantastic Four.
Or Deadpool can bring him in, because Deadpool's technically a part of a different timeline, but still MCU.
You mean Marvel's Jesus?
Yeah.
Yeah. I worship him now. I started a religion for Deadpool.
I made a crucifix with Deadpool.
We have enchiladas on Sundays. Enchiladas and chimichangas. Chimichangas.
Yeah.
And then we drink Wolverine's piss on Saturday.
As it was written.
As it was written. I have spoken. Fuck Star Wars. I'm kidding. I love Star Wars. But yeah, this episode was peak. This episode was peak. I give it a 9 out of 10.
9
And I
out of
don't
10.
give and I don't give those out a lot. All right, I don't. Usually it's 8. You know, I haven't heard your thought. You mentioned episode. What are your thoughts overall for the show?
Born Again?
Yeah.
I like it. I really like it. Now that I have some context as to what's happening, I really like it.
So what's your? Because I know you haven't seen episode 4 yet. So as a ranking right now for episode 1, 2, and 3, what's your ranking?
I like episode 1, 3, and 2.
Okay.
1, 3, 2, yeah.
Yep. Well, let's see who else is in here. Well, I think that's gonna do it for. Cause I need to go to bed. I've been going since 5 o'clock this morning. But thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in to Daredevil Born Again After Show. Thank you, A-Swag. Thank you, Fry Guy. And thank you for everyone else that tried to join. I might do an after show tomorrow if I have time. Because I do want to hear other people's opinions on it. Because I usually do this on Wednesdays. So, but I'll maybe try to do something tomorrow, possibly. So, we'll see. But
Okay.
But yep. Thank you for watching. Go follow A-Swag. Go follow Enlighten One. I gave you a follow, Enlighten One, because I want to be enlightened. And yeah,
Shall all be enlightened.
episode 4 was dope. 9 out of 10. And thank you for watching. This is Cinema Fans tuning out.